Hey guys, so I'm about to head out the door to yoga, but I wanted to make sure I got this video done before I went for you guys. So first, before I hop into day one, I want to go over just a little bit of how the group is going to be run so that you understand. So each day I'm going to be posting a video talking about the challenge for that day and some information that you need to know, and then introducing you to the challenge that you need to do. And then also in the file section of the team page, or not the team page, but in this page, I will link you to the challenge, but also I wrote up pretty much everything I'm saying in videos. I wrote up in like a Word document, and I'll link you to that as well for those that may learn a little bit better from written notes or like to have something back to refer to. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to be looking at some notes. If I look down, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so this is a branding yourself workshop, and a lot of you are in here and you may not even really know what branding is. You know what name brands are, but not what branding yourself means. And so I've had lots of questions, and some people are like, oh well, do we need to brand Plexus? No, like Plexus has already branded themselves. They're already your business. What we're talking about here is branding you. So we're talking about a personal brand. So what is a personal brand? And most importantly, how is it going to make you money? So the definition of a personal brand is a brand in which an audience can get or buy desired information, opinions, and or goods from a person. Okay, so I'm going to go in and explain more of what that means for you guys. So today you are going to be the personal brand. So think about it. Did you always feel like you were something special? You were somebody who needed to, help other people, or you wanted to be an influencer, or anything like that. That's what you're going to become with a personal brand. You should really be studying it, which you are, which is what we're doing right now. So let's talk about why personal branding is so important for your business, and why I'm doing this whole workshop for you guys. So number one, why it's so important is it's one of the easiest ways to make money online. Okay? Seriously, if you brand, your life and your work life and your workload is going to get so much easier. It's going to be a lot easier to reach a bigger audience and to have people engaged. I know a lot of you, your complaints are that you don't get a lot of interaction on your social media and everything. So this is going to help that, I promise. So with access to an audience of basically billions of people on the internet, why wouldn't you grow your brand? You can grow and build your personal brand for thousands of people, maybe even millions, but we'll say thousands of people that trust you and want to buy what you're talking about. So once people learn about you and who you are, they begin to trust your opinion on things, and then they start to follow you, and they want to learn more information from you, and they want to buy whatever it is that you're promoting. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about personal brand. Number two is you get to build a business around things you love. So things you love to use, things you love to teach, things you love to talk about. That's what you get to build your brand around. Who doesn't want to build a business basically around things that they love? So what I have written down here is, imagine if you managed to create a career where you can talk about products and things you love and get paid for it. So that's basically what we're doing here. You're going to create a profitable brand around all the things that you love, and don't worry, we're going to talk about that in the challenge today. So number three of why it's so important is you can help people who want your guidance and expertise, or people who just want to hear your story. So the whole goal here is to gain followers of people who like you, who want to hear what you have to say, who, agree with you on many topics, who are, your type of people, whatever that means for you. And so for me, I know that I have found some of my best friends through, social media and everything, because I found them through, groups and things, and they have become some of my best friends because we are so much alike in so many ways, and I never would have found them if it weren't for the internet. So anyway, but yeah, okay, so moving on. So now you know why brands are important. You're starting to think, you know, what yours could be like, and you're like, oh, crap, what if my brand sucks, right? Okay, so here's what you need to know. There is no bad brand. Like, there's just not. There are strong brands and there are weak brands, but there's no bad brand. So let's talk about that for a second. So a weak brand is a brand that's hard to capture. It's when you're all over the place, there's a lot of inconsistency in the message and the visuals and the contents, and it really confuses people. People want something that they can visually and content-wise and quality-wise, something that they can rely on. They want to be able to know what to expect. So a strong brand is one that's very prominent and consistent with an underlying message, with everything that it produces. People can usually recognize it from far away by colors or, you know, font or content or whatever. You may love the brand and you may hate the brand, but that's not the point. Like, you know it and you can identify with it one way or another. So I'm going to give you some examples of some strong brands. And remember, like, it's strong is different than good. So just because it's a strong brand and you know who they are and you know what they stand for, it doesn't mean that you necessarily like them or love them, but it's the point is that it's strong. So one example of a strong brand is Donald Trump. So you know him for his blunt ways of speaking, his strong opinions, his combed over hair, and his tanned skin. Another one is Taylor Swift. Like, you know who she is by her blonde hair, her crop tops, her red lips, and her songwriting skills. Kim Kardashian is another example of a strong brand. She always has the contoured face, her minimalistic and really tight-skinned fashion choices, her curvaceous figure, and dramatic eyelashes. Like, you are able to recognize her brand from far away. All of these people through their visuals. So now that I've given you some examples, you can see the difference between a strong and a weak brand. So all those people that I mentioned have something in common: influence. And it's very, very important in this business. So keep in mind that influence can be used for good or bad. But I think that only bad brand, the bad in your brand should be badass, personally. So let's talk about the secret formula to building a strong brand, and we're going to do that in challenge 1. And so what you're going to do is there's a PDF in the file section, and you're going to go and you're going to read through some information, and you are going to come up with 5 themes or adjectives, 5 visuals, and 5 opinions that fits your personal brand that you want to come up with. And this isn't something that I want you to just do on a whim. This is something that you're going to have to think about. This is something that you're going to have to maybe sleep on, but definitely be thinking about it. Maybe ask around to some really close friends. You know, when you think of me, what are some adjectives that come to mind? Or, you know, you could even make a post about it and be like, hey guys, I'm doing a cool experiment or something. You know, when you think of me, what's the first word that comes to mind, or what are, you know, 5 adjectives that come to mind, something, and you can kind of see what other people see you as, but don't let that fully be the determination. Like, really be thinking, who is it that I want to represent? When people think of me, what do I want to represent? Okay. And same with your visuals and your opinions. So I'm going to go ahead. I usually get a lot of questions about this, so I'm going to give you some examples of some themes and visuals that other people have had. So some themes could be cute, confident, outgoing, natural-minded, generous, hipster, modern, something like that. Some visuals could be, I know one of my friends, her visuals is coffee. For some reason, one of mine happens to be avocados. Like, whenever somebody finds something about an avocado, they always, like, tag me in it or send me the picture. Some other, like, lipstick color, your hair. It could be something on the lines of, like, chevron or floral prints. That could be your visuals. So if that kind of gives you some examples. But definitely be thinking about this. Don't just jump into it. Take your time. All right, so before I let you go, I'm going to go over a little bonus material with you guys. So this is something by the way, all of this that I'm getting is from a Boss Babe challenge that I did, and it was phenomenal. But I had to change a lot of the things to fit us. So this is from them. A lot of the stuff is from them. But this is the three main reasons why ambitious people end up failing with personal branding. So number one is they don't really know what they want. So that was my problem. I think that I found was that my brand was too all over the place. I wasn't really sure what my passions were. I wasn't really sure what was important to me. It was too broad of a range, so I didn't really know what I want. So definitely be focusing on finding yourself and really thinking about what is it that's important to me and what do I want. Number two is they can't manage money like an adult or a business person. So you might not be making a lot of money right now, but you need to be focusing on getting better at your money management skills so that when you are making more money, you'll be able to manage it a lot better. And then number three is the people around you suck. So my question is, because I have felt this too, does it ever feel like when you're talking about your dreams and your ambitions and your goals that it's like you're talking gibberish to the people around you, to your family and friends? Do they make fun of you? Are they determined to see you fail? If that's so, then that could be a big reason why you're failing at branding or even just your business in general. And so you may not be able to control who's in your physical environment. Maybe you can, and maybe you need to think about that. But you can control who's in your virtual environment. So really focus on surrounding yourself with people who uplift you and encourage you and who bring you joy and aren't toxic to you, okay? Being an entrepreneur can really suck if you're not around the right types of people. So definitely surround yourself, and it looks like you're doing a pretty good job already by being in this group. Surround yourself with people who support you and who believe in you. All right, so that is it for today. I'll post another video tomorrow, and I'm going to link you to the notes and the challenge. All right, when you are done, comment here and let us know that you have completed the challenge so that we know that you're staying active. All right, thanks, guys.